Welcome to the official Universal Disney Nuts podcast. If you're passionate about Central Florida theme parks like we are, then you've come to the right place. Now on to the show. Here's your host, Bill Balcerski.
Universal Disney Nuts. I am Bill, your host. Welcome, everyone, to the Secret Santa Studios.
Triple S.
Right?
That's right. Truth be told, I guess it's an in thing in our neighborhood to get new roofs because this is the sixth house getting a new roof. It's cold today.
Well, like I was telling you earlier, where I work, it's not. I will come outside and take my jacket off. In my office, I wear a hoodie, I wear a beanie, and now I bought gloves and cut the fingers out so I could type. And I got a space heater. So.
And this is Florida. Look, we're supposed to get down in the 30s tonight.
So that means my office will get colder because, as I mentioned, they have no heat in my building because of the computers.
I find this very refreshing.
So do I. Outside.
Well, yeah, not in an
sitting
office.
at a computer for 8 hours in it.
You can keep it. Interesting news. Can you believe that this is our 20th show together?
Wow.
With
Is
our
it
new
really?
format. Yes.
Wow.
Big thanks to Tanya and Dave.
Of course.
For joining me on this journey. I would not be able to do this show without you guys, and it's greatly appreciated. So
We know.
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
happy 20th.
Thank you. That's been a lot of fun, hasn't it?
It has.
Yeah, absolutely. With that.
And occasionally Jen pops in.
Yes, Jen pops in. Actually, since we started this new format, being 20 shows into it already, we've done a lot of cool stuff and we've experienced a lot of cool things. We've interviewed a lot of cool people.
Yeah.
So we've done well so far. Season 3 is on track to be awesome as always. We're going to have our normal podcast, but I think we're going to start recording at the Tiki Bar for phase 3. And we might be doing more YouTube stuff than podcast stuff. So stand by for that. We're hard in the Santa Studios trying to figure out what season 3 is going to look like. But
Secret Studios.
Yes.
You forgot your triple S.
My triple S.
Secret Santa Studio.
Unfortunately, it is now that time. If you have not seen the house,
Unfortunately, no. No.
unfortunately, it looks like the Hallmark Channel threw up all over our house. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. It has arrived.
It's Christmas time!
Tanya and Jen are touching themselves.
Wow.
Christmas season has
That's a
begun,
little
ladies.
inappropriate.
Christmas season has begun, ladies and gentlemen. The house looks like a Hallmark movie. Welcome to my hell. Even the Tiki Bar is decorated. I don't know if you've seen that.
No, I haven't taken a peek at it yet.
Yeah, the Tiki Bar did not go unscathed.
I'm sorry.
So,
And I need to put it out there. It was his idea. So I don't want to hear any
the
of
Tiki
this.
Bar was not safe from Tanya's Christmas reign of terror. But
That was your way of having a say of how it looked?
yeah, but I digress.
You got the
He
LED
acts-
strips, so you can do them in green and red.
Yeah,
He
I think
acts
we got
like he doesn't enjoy this, but
Right.
he really does, deep down inside.
Yeah, she's got to say that too. So anyway, the parks are busy with holiday crowds.
Yeah, hitting
so
capacity.
Yeah, big time. And when we talk about capacity, understand that it's the state designated capacity. It's not actual capacity.
Right.
They're not at 100%. They're
No.
at 25 to 35, somewhere around
35,
there.
Yeah.
And so that when they're that capacity, that's what we're talking about.
Which is a good thing to see Universal and Disney hitting it, especially
Yeah.
like on the weekdays for Universal. They weren't hitting it for a while, and now we're rolling the holidays. They're a lot busier.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so Disney Springs, City Walk, and the parks are all busy. Keep in mind that these parks are going to be at state mandated capacity very quickly this week. And then honestly, pretty much for the entire month, right? I mean, we're almost halfway through
Yeah.
December, right? What is it, the 8th?
8th or 9th? 8th?
Something like that,
idea.
right? So, I mean, before you know
Sure, we'll go with that.
Yes, it's the 8th. I had to look at my phone.
Yeah.
It's all a blur when you work nights.
But before you know it, it's going to be Christmas time.
And then New Year's, and you can take the Christmas crap down.
Yeah.
Nope.
January 1st.
Nope.
December 26th.
God.
It stays up
God.
until January 6th.
So, yeah, that's a big argument with us. We're
New
not going to go
Kings.
down there.
Yes.
Yeah. So, in my opinion,
Russian Orthodox Christmas.
January 2nd, all the stuff should be gone, like back in boxes in the garage. But
Stick it in the pod.
I lose that fight every single year. So I think I'm going to give up the ghost on that one.
Oh, finally. It only took him many years.
He says it now.
I know.
Hashtag
And he'll
sarcasm.
still be like January 1st. So when does all this crap go away?
We need to get rid of this crap and put it back in the garage. Disney is getting in the spirit of things, although that they are not doing gingerbread this year full throttle. They have announced this week that they are doing some gingerbread.
Mm-hmm.
We have the great gingerbread display of the capital city at the Taste of Epcot International Festival of Holidays.
And I got to see that. That's actually pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I need to see photos.
Over the next few days, I'm going to be posting photos to the UDN Facebook page from some of our visits.
Every time, dude.
That's why you can't have nice things.
Cannot have nice
She's worse than a cat. Just click, click,
click.
click.
The cat is looking at me like, and it's me, bro? And it's me.
So I digress. Anyhow, over the next few days, I'll be posting pictures from our visits to the parks during the holidays, from Epcot, Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom. I had already posted pictures from when we were at the Magic Kingdom. And we'll be back at the Magic Kingdom tomorrow. So, yay.
How exciting. Okay, back to my story here.
Yep.
The mini gingerbread houses at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa.
Yeah, I'm going to go to that tomorrow,
The
so we'll post pictures
Gingerbread carousels for sale at Disney's Beach Club Resort. And while not the same as previous years, Grand Floridian is now celebrating their traditional gingerbread display with a beautiful mini replica that's made out of chocolate.
Interesting.
So has got 22 hidden Mickeys in it.
Really?
Yeah. You're going to be that chick, aren't you?
I am, probably.
You're going to be that chick that's going to be sitting there trying to find every single one of the 22
Scratch
Mickey.
pad paper, writing it down. It's here.
Yeah,
I'm missing
Victoria
4.
Victoria and I will be sitting there counting. But there's also hidden Mickeys at the one at Epcot also. I think there was like 22 or 23 hidden Mickeys in that one as well.
Honey, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Come on, we have to go home. I've only got 4. I need 4 more. Help me look. I'll be at the bar.
Exactly.
While we're all enjoying Disney and the holidays, unfortunately, other people do not have that same luxury. And of course, I'm talking about Disneyland out in California.
So sad.
And Universal.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
here's the deal. So they announced earlier this week, they're like flip-flopping left to right. I can barely keep track of all this stuff going on out there. Typically, this show is about Florida Disney. This is not necessarily about California's Disney, but we like to broaden horizon because what impacts Disneyland impacts us. And
Yes.
so that's the reason why we like talking about Disneyland and what's going on out there. We are completely blessed to the fact that we can go to these parks and still get our Disney fix.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine Princess with no Disney right now in full lockdown mode, bro.
Your house would have more Christmas stuff being bought.
I would not wish that. I would not wish that on anyone, bro. So on the heels of them opening Main Street Disneyland's California Adventure to guests for shopping and eatery, Governor Newsom ordered a new lockdown that will force Disneyland to close once again. Currently,
They really need to get their act together out
They need
there.
to get a new governor.
Yes. This is stupid.
regardless of what your political views are, the governor out there is trying to do his best to keep everybody safe. Like this is just ridiculous now. Now, as we all acknowledge, there is a spike in coronavirus cases. Okay, there's no doubt about it. There has been a spike. But when you look at the numbers, it just doesn't make sense. And numbers don't lie. Now, unless we're getting wrong numbers, which is the next phase of this.
Have
How do
we
you know?
ever gotten accurate And from,
Well,
even
that's
from day one, I mean, seriously.
That's all right.
Science can be bought.
I get it. You know,
Exactly.
like I totally get it. We're not going down this road. But what I am saying is California, as of right now, has 1.3 million cases of corona. Okay, this is the entire state of California. Now, keep in mind, the entire state of California has 39.51 million people. Okay, so let's just do some simple math and look at this from a grand view perspective. Now, we're not taking into account a lot of things, but what we are taking into account is if you take the 1.3 million cases, divide it by the amount of people that's in California, it comes out to 0.003, okay? Not even 1%, not even close to 0.1%. On top of that, you have a virus with a recovery rate of 98.7%. So that's why half the country is like, this is ridiculous. The numbers don't justify this. Even if we get it, it's not going to kill us. Why do we have to wear masks? Why do we have to shut down the country? Why do we have to do all this stuff? Why do I need a vaccine for a virus with a recovery rate of 98.7? You know, these are all really good questions. Unfortunately, folks, if you're looking to get your Disney fix out in California, it's not going to happen.
They were getting ready to open the Grand Californian Lodge, everything, and
Yeah.
now everything is.
Knott's Berry had to cut their Christmas
Yep.
festival short. I don't know if Six Flags Magic Mountain's still doing their drive-through Christmas.
No.
Because it was drive-through, I don't know.
Well, maybe they might be able to get away with that with special permission, but
Yeah,
down-
but I mean, with everybody having a stay-home
That's
order.
true. I forgot about the stay home.
it's like a full-on lockdown.
Yeah, well, San
And-
Diego SeaWorld, I heard, just closed for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
California's going backwards, not forwards. Now, we are blessed with the fact that we have our parks open. They've done a phenomenal job with managing COVID and managing the Kens and Karens of the world that have to deal with the masks and everything else, regardless of how you feel about the virus.
Right.
If you're going to Disney, you got to play by the rules.
Yeah.
And they're there for a reason. And I think that Disney, certainly Universal, but all of these theme parks in Central Florida have demonstrated to the rest of the country that it can be done.
Absolutely.
And safely.
Right. So what
Oh,
is
and
the
speaking-
California's issue?
That's a whole nother
Yeah.
podcast. And
We're not going there.
and
We're
a
not-
That's a
non,
rabbit hole.
yeah, and a
no,
whole
we're not.
non-Disney podcast.
We're not going there. We're not going there because
And I said
It's
San
not.
Diego. I meant San Antonio, Texas for SeaWorld. That just closed for 3 weeks.
okay. I mean, I get it. You have to be safe. I get it, but I think we're overreacting.
Speaking of, the parks keeping control of everything and, so on and so forth. Disney, one of the things that they started doing was initially they had said that if you weren't wearing your mask on the ride, that you wouldn't get your pictures. Well, what they're doing now or trying to do now is if a picture comes through and nobody has the mask on or it's like fallen down, below, just so everybody can get their pictures, is they are implementing a mask onto the picture.
They're photoshopping
They're
virtual
photoshopping
masks.
virtual masks onto the
God.
picture.
Are they character ones? Because at that point, everyone's going to be ripping their mask off just to
No,
have
the-
a face put on it.
No, it was
that
just
could go
a-
sideways.
It was just a generic gray mask that was on there.
Wow.
And the picture that they showed was, this little boy and his mask had fallen down because he was on dinosaur and, and he was scared to death. So,
Yeah, that's not an easy ride.
Poor
bro.
kid.
No.
Dinosaur.
but his mask had, fallen down below his, mouth and nose. And when they got the picture, there was a mask that was
On his.
that was on his
that's
face.
funny.
Yeah, it was really cute. So,
Earlier this week, an announcement came out from Universal about the Velocicoaster, and the video came out, and I have to tell you that I am impressed with the way it looks. These ride vehicles are amazing. They look really, really cool. Still don't feel comfortable about the whole lap bar thing, but
I actually looked into that the other day at work because I was kind of the same route as you, and they said until I forget 1960 or 70, the original coasters when they started going upside down and stuff like that, they actually only had lap bars until I guess there was one incident somewhere and parks got kind of sketchy about it. And then they always wanted to go back to lap bars. And I believe it was Europark across the pond there. They actually developed their own lap bar when nobody agreed to do it for them. And that's the one now that's became more known. And a lot of them, even Intamin, I think, is the one that's building for the new Velocicoaster. They were like the last ones to hold out, and even they've now started going back to lap bars because they've came a long way. Either they weren't comfortable when you were upside down in case you came to a stall upside down, or they just weren't right.
That would be kind of awkward.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing, though, man. Like, there's some positive things about it, and there's some things I don't like about it. I get what you're saying, but we Americans are fat, straight up, right? So we may have a few skinny people that will be fine, but let me just go there with the fact that if you're sitting next to hefty, then, and you're skinny, and the lap bar is keeping hefty in.
Well, that's why they got rid of the lap bar for Tower of Terror, because that same thing happened to me.
Because you're not going to be secure. Maybe it's individual lap bars.
Yeah, they're individual, but again, it's the same people that built Escape from Gringotts, which if anyone that's of a large size has ever tried to get into those, they find out real quick you can't sit in those. They're the same ones that built Haggard's, which it made them a little bit more friendly to the fluffier people like me.
Yeah, that wasn't.
Gringotts, isn't there certain seats like on the end?
There's
of some of them that
few
are,
rows that have a
can
little
accommodate?
bit, but
Okay.
even those are still really pushing it. Like I said, Haggard's was a lot more forgiving, so there's still a lot of question on how these will fit for the larger people. So
Yeah, so I mean that's a topic of discussion, and I'm not trying to be derogatory towards heavy people, but in the same respect, this is something
take
that
none.
needs. Yeah, well, I'm not. Have another shake, big boy.
I plan
But
to. Two of them actually.
I know they have the mint and the gingerbread.
oh God, let's not get sidetracked here.
Oh, yeah.
Stay on
Anyway.
point here.
Oh man.
But I will tell you that it's a concern. This whole ride system for the Velocicoaster looks amazing. And
Yeah.
and the way when I first saw the video and I first saw what they actually look like, I clicked through the pictures. The best way I could describe this to people who haven't seen it yet, think Jurassic Park meets Tron.
That would be a good one because of the light up. And the cool thing is if you look at the video, there's claw marks on the vehicles. I don't know if they vary per vehicle or if they're just kind of the same generic on each vehicle, but
And I
I
thought
think
that
that's cool.
I thought it was cool how you're in the seat and the shoulder lights kind of blare out. So like it's giving you a view. The lights are coming actually from behind you, so you could see, like.
And they haven't had the lights on when they did the nighttime testing, I don't think at all. They were always running it pretty dark, but now they've gone the daytime testing, so those are in the park. They can maybe see it testing a few times during the day as well, so that'll be kind of cool. Get
So-
you a
Yeah,
view
I
of
want
it.
to head over to Universal maybe this week or next week.
I'm definitely digging the shoulder lights, and I will tell you that this coaster will be one of the greatest in Central Florida, far and away.
Summer 2021 can't come fast enough.
Summer
Right?
2021. So, speaking of things that can't come fast enough, new donuts at Voodoo. Have you heard about this?
No.
No.
Voodoo Donuts,
tell.
ladies and gentlemen. I am, as you know, a huge fan of Voodoo Donuts. It is amazing. And they have come out with holiday version donuts for everyone to enjoy. They have a snowman, and then they have a holiday ornament ones.
Cute.
Now, the snowman is actually two donuts put together, right?
Wow.
So it's it's like the bottom half is one donut and then the top half is the other donut. They're not connected. They just give you two donuts when you buy it.
Oh, really?
And
That's weird.
the holiday ornament one has Christmas lights on it, and then there's another one with like a wreath on it. Both are dipped in vanilla icing,
Okay.
and the head of the snowman is filled with white chocolate mocha filling.
Ugh, you can have that part.
Yeah, I lost you at mocha, didn't I?
Yeah. So not a mocha fan.
But what's interesting is the body is filled with chocolate peppermint.
Oh, that's right up my
Interesting.
alley. Yeah.
Why the different fillings, I don't know, but that's what the snowman's all about. And then the two designs for
Well,
the
they
ornament.
make it so you can share. I mean, that's perfect for us.
I'm not sharing if I get that. Are you out of your mind?
Oh.
You can buy your own.
Well, fine. Be that way.
Then you get 3 donuts.
Right?
There you go, kid. And then
That's rude.
Let me know what your sugar intake looks like.
oh
yeah,
God.
exactly. Like he needs to be eating 3 donuts.
There's
me.
no way, dude. I'd be on the floor. And then the ornaments have the red vanilla icing with gingerbread cheesecake filling.
Ooh.
Well, I know they have more than 20 different food and beverages offerings at Universal this year for the holidays. I just haven't made it through all of them to see what they were.
Yeah.
So that donuts are probably one of the ones I just
Yeah.
haven't had a chance to see yet.
Now, these
Yummy.
special edition donuts at Voodoo is going to be available until January 3rd, 2021.
I need to get over to Universal.
You don't have to twist my arm to get one of those pink boxes, bro. Just fill it up because Daddy's going to bring a whole bunch home. The only thing I'll say that's a downside to Voodoo is, like we talked about the last podcast, they're very heavy, right?
Yes.
But they go stale fast. Like, you got to eat them quick. Like, if you think that you're going to keep the box
Or put them in a different container where it's going to be more airtight.
right,
Yeah.
if you think you're going to
Get the
keep them in a
coffin
box
one.
on the kitchen counter and they're going to stay fresh for a couple of days, at the end of those couple of days, they're not going to be fresh anymore.
I just
How
want to
many
buy for the
donuts
coffin.
does that coffin
I think it's
hold?
3 dozen for the coffin.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And if you don't know, guys, if you don't know what we're talking about, Voodoo Donuts has this coffin. It's like a Dracula looking coffin that they use for special events and conventions. And basically, you buy this coffin and it's filled with Voodoo Donuts.
It's like $100 to $150. You can buy it when you go there. Anybody can buy them at
Yeah.
any time, because I know when it first opened, like when I worked at Universal, we had 2 of them brought over. Now they use them as props in my old building. They kept them. And then like some of the other people, when the park first opened for Voodoo, they were all rushing to it to get the first coffin. I'd buy it just for that. I'd turn it into a coffee table or something.
Yeah, that's all well and good, but it's about 3 feet long.
Yeah.
About 3 feet long, about 2 feet wide.
Just a plain wooden box.
Plain wooden box, just like old school coffins. The problem is there's donuts. You know how much sugar that is? Oh my God.
Oh, I'd be,
when you're
I'd
gonna
be
have
sharing
a
them with
party,
people.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's not
You would
all for
have to
me.
have a bunch of people to share with that.
I'd just take it to my employer.
Oh my
Find
God.
a way to write it off.
Speaking about super sweet,
What about me?
Aw, thank you, sweetie.
you two can fight amongst yourselves. Ladies and gentlemen,
Meant the
Mr.
cat.
Dave Indy with your Universal news. Wow, that got awkward fast.
Hey, that's what we're here for. Make things awkward.
Exactly. Doesn't take much for us.
Wow.
No.
Hello, everyone. So we'll just get into Universal real quick here. Going to quickly jump across, even though we focus more on Orlando. Another big announcement that Universal had right around Turkey Day was Nintendo Land is opening in Japan on February 4th, 2021. I can't wait to see that from inside. There's been photos posted and stuff. A couple really good ones that I haven't seen on other places. So hopefully more to come on that one. For those Harry Potter fans still looking for a gift this summer, holiday.
The summer, really.
Year round. How
Maybe
about
if
that
you were in
one?
Australia.
Awkward silence.
Please. Hey, you probably have this up for Christmas in July. I don't want to hear it. So
If I wasn't around, she would.
Cats.
She would. If I wasn't around, she'd have like 15 cats, and the Christmas stuff would still be up.
all trees, 15 trees and 2 cats. Harry Potter now has mini backpacks out offering the 4 different houses. I don't know why. I just think those are cool backpacks, even though you can only fit a wallet in them. I just
Right.
always liked
the mini
them.
ones are cute.
Yeah, put your cell phone, put stuff. But those are out and about. My favorite person is now continuing to grow in merchandise, Earl the Squirrel.
Yes.
So now when you go through there, not only does Earl, who's the big breakout part of the holidays, have his own ornament, he's got a long sleeve t-shirt and now a mug.
Aw,
So
that's so cool.
I'm excited to see Earl the Squirrel continue to grow for Universal.
I still need to see Earl the Squirrel.
Oh, yeah,
I've
you-
never seen him.
She is an Earl the Squirrel virgin.
I am.
Ooh, I'm sorry.
Me too.
Got to get there, see Earl, get some nuts.
Awkward.
What, they got
Maybe
flavored
we
nuts.
can go Friday.
It's in the tribute store. Where were you going? Yeah, wait, that's not a Disney day for you?
No, it's not.
Speaking of,
I may be going to Universal by myself.
I'm just going to give her that awkward stare and then let her make her own decisions.
why he's in the passenger seat driving or whichever. So, but back to Universal Hogwarts Express. I really don't know what has happened, but lately team members have been showing pictures of the cabin on the inside that they actually do take your photo on the spill when they tell you the buttons underneath the seat and the doors and all that good stuff and stay seated. So now that COVID's in place and people aren't sharing cabins, I'm just wondering how much family action was happening to where they've actually had to enforce that, hey, we are videotaping you during this. That's the only thing that I can come up with is that's the reason behind it.
A little naughty going on in the train.
Yeah, but the ride's
Some
not
magic.
that long.
It's not that long. And truth be told, you have to know that they're watching. I mean, come on.
Making some wizardry magic their own. But then again, when I worked at Disney, I used to see stuff all the time, so I can't really say anything on
that's true.
that's 2-minute rides.
It's true.
I just don't know what they do with the next minute and 45 seconds, but
Wizarding wands.
All right, new topic.
jumping from taking your picture on that, Universal has introduced something called Personal Photographer Experience. So basically, you can now add on to a photo package for about $100 for a full hour, as many photos you want in the studios over in Sting Alley. Don't know whether or not which is over there behind Blues Brothers in that area.
Oh, okay.
So they'll take as many as you want, family ones, however you want to do it, matching sweaters, whatever, for that one. I haven't seen anywhere. I tried to search the website if you could just buy it as a solo thing, but you can add it to the packages already. So kind of a neat thing if you really want to just have like some really nice photography ones done, especially in the park. And you have an extra $100 to drop around on that one. Speaking again back to Harry Potter, Theory Coop, and I may be butchering the guy's name, from Universal's creative chief officer and senior vice president, said they are in a People magazine article back on November 11th of this year. They are not done with Potter yet. There's more stories to tell. They got The Cursed Child, obviously the total of 8 movies, Fantastic Beasts. They've also got the mobile game, Wizards Unite. So as Universal's or Harry Potter continues to grow, so will Universal adding it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think Fantastic Beasts are probably going to take off like a rocket. I mean, it's such a awesome storyline. So
it is. I'm kind of bummed on the Johnny Depp thing, but that's a story for another time on that one. And then obviously jump into the holidays since it is that time. City Walk's New Year's Eve event has silently just kind of like been pushed away. Nothing on the website, can't find it anywhere. They've kind of hidden it for this year. No matter how hard you search, I've tried Google everything and you can't find that anywhere, which seems to be the growing theme as we roll it through this year to a close.
There seems to be a pattern about this whole New Year's Eve stuff, because down in Key West, I don't know if you guys have heard, but they're pretty much going like hardcore martial law, man. Like obviously Key West, Disney, and a couple other things, and I'm sure you're going to touch on Disney here in a second.
Yeah, there was a letter that just went out today.
Yeah. So down in Key West is a hugely popular
Duval Street,
Duval Street is the place to be if you've never been to New Year's Eve. Once we get out of this whole Corona thing, you got to go down to Key West. It's insane.
Yeah,
I want to go for Fantasy Fest.
Come down?
Yeah,
The
but you want to
conch
go down by boat. You don't want to go down by car because get out of there alive. But
Or fly.
they have
Stay for an extra few days.
ordered all the bars closed by 10 p.m. and you can't even be on the streets at 10 p.m. Like, they are going to come and literally sweep the entire Duval Street and wipe everybody out and send everybody home
On New Year's Eve?
on New Year's Eve.
Wow.
Like, it's almost martial law. That's how they're doing it. Like, no one can walk the streets after 10 p.m. or 10:30, I think they said.
Wow.
It's insane. I've never seen anything like this over a virus that has 98% recovery rate.
Yeah.
So I think,
Rotometer is a great thing to look up.
yeah, absolutely. But Disney's doing something too.
They are. Actually, if you were staying at the Walt Disney Resort, you were getting a letter today, and basically was stating that on New Year's Eve, however, these locations will close prior to midnight as we continue to follow health and safety measures put in place during our phased reopening to help foster physical distancing. Magic Kingdom is going to be open from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. Epcot from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Disney Hollywood Studios 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Disney's Animal Kingdom is 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Disney Springs is 10 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Why would they leave Magic Kingdom open till 11 p.m.? Like, that's such a tease. Like, you have less than an hour before New Year's Eve. How are they going to get everybody out of the park by then? They're not.
Yeah, because you figure the shops and everything are still open a good hour or an hour and a half after the
Right.
parks
So
are
maybe they're
closed.
saying, okay, yeah, we're closing at 11 and we're not allowing anybody else in. But if you're in, you could celebrate New Year's Eve with us.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's not like they're going to do anything for New Year's Eve.
Yeah. I was going to say, people probably won't stay just because of that, other than Disney's willing to take your money.
Yeah, and then the letter also stated that your Disney Resort Hotel will offer fun and festive activities. Full details will be provided upon arrival. Additionally, pre-recorded fireworks and other holiday offerings will be available to stream on in-room televisions to help you ring in the new year. You can even purchase a New Year's Eve party basket designed for the occasion.
There you go.
So, yeah.
So whether it's Universal, Key West, or Disney, it doesn't look like you're going to have much options, or Las Vegas, because Las Vegas just canceled their New Year's Eve stuff. So it looks like we're going to be stuck in our house again.
Fun times.
It's getting old.
What else you got there, Indy?
Well, City Walk still does close at midnight that night, but I was just double checking the hours. The parks close at 10 p.m.
Okay,
So,
but City Walk's open till midnight?
midnight, but they're not doing anything, so probably just so people can eat with the parks closing and stuff to give them time to shove food
Right.
down their mouth. Or
I mean, theoretically, you could probably work the system and slowly leave. I
so
mean,
you leave at 12:01.
right?
Yeah,
They're
and
not gonna.
Right.
They're not gonna do their sweeps.
No.
And then
Until-
SeaWorld, the hours that are listed still says 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., but they said the hours may differ. But again,
I
they're
think
not going to be open first.
Sunset Walk at Margaritaville might be the only thing again that's doing something like they did 4th of July.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
So,
getting ridiculous.
but-
So.
Or you take your time and get to my last thing, which I say purposely. Twosomes has 2 new milkshakes.
Oh God,
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Yep.
this is hitting home for Dave.
Oh, it's hit more than home. Come to daddy. Let's see.
Shocker.
There's one called That's Mint, and then a holiday exclusive gingerbread shake, but I've heard it tastes more like a holiday sugar cookie than gingerbread. However, the
Interesting.
gingerbread that is on top of it is made in-house right there, so you can taste the fresh gingerbread. I was heard that people would love to be able to buy those gingerbreads by themselves, and I actually had 2 gingerbreads from Little Debbie's on the way here. I love gingerbread.
Shocker.
Oh, I love gingerbread. That's my weakness when it comes to holiday cookies.
You know,
And Bill doesn't prefer it.
you know what it is.
That's
It's
wrong
not
with 'em.
that. It's not that I don't. Look, I don't hate it. All right, I don't hate it. It's just I
He's
can
not
have a
gonna go
couple.
out of his way to eat
Right.
it.
I could have a couple and enjoy it if it's good gingerbread, but I am not like a gingerbread dude, right? So I'm not feeling it.
You're not the dude.
I'm not the dude, bro. So the sugar cookies, she's gonna have a hard time keeping the sugar cookies in the house because
He loves sugar cookies.
I
Oh
love
my
sugar
gosh.
cookies, and we are making a ton of cookies this year, and we're giving them to the neighbors and everybody else, trying to spread some holiday cheer. And so we're going to be baking cookies starting from like now until Christmas. I mean, it's going to be insane.
Well, the good thing is that gingerbread one supposedly tastes like a sugar bread or a sugar cookie instead, because let's see, it has white chocolate ice cream, caramel, ganache, red sanding sugar, gingerbread cookie freshly made on top, like I mentioned, and whipped cream. That one goes for $13.50. And then That's Mint is mint chocolate chip ice cream, Andy's Mints. I'll say mint chocolate chip ice cream sandwich on top, and again with fresh whipped ice cream or cream on it, or fresh whipped cream. That one's $14.50. So most of the shakes there are anywhere from 13, which is the key lime, which is probably the least expensive, up to $14.50 on that one.
But listen, it may sound expensive for a shake, but it's totally worth it.
Oh yeah,
Oh
you
my
get the
God.
And you
souvenir
get to keep the
plastic
cup,
cup.
exactly.
Oh yeah,
Right.
I had so many of those for a while just
And-
because of my killing of them.
The mint chocolate chip is right up your alley.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I don't
yeah.
have to share that because Bill will
my
not
God.
eat chocolate chip mint.
There's two things in this world that I will not consume because
Just
of,
two.
well, several others if we're going down that road. But I had, and both were tragic events. The first one is Peachtree Schnapps. Now,
Oh, if we're going down that road, then
Well-
Jesus.
well, we won't go completely down that road. I will say that as I was a young sailor, I consumed too much of said spirit, drank a whole bottle actually, and wound up throwing up for like 3 days afterwards. So I can't even smell Peachtree
That's me with
Schnapps.
tequila.
And I'm changing my name from Bill to Ralph. I mean, Peachtree Schnapps for me is like, nope, not going to happen. So, and then the other one is green mint chocolate chip ice cream. I can have the white, no problem. The green mint chocolate chip ice cream, nope. And I'll tell you why. It's a freaky thing. I know it sounds crazy, but I ate a whole gallon of,
That was a half gallon.
no, it was a whole gallon of green chocolate chip mint ice cream, and I wound up throwing up for like a week.
Was that with the peach schnapps?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. No, not even close. Yeah. So those two items I can't consume at all. And she loves the green mint chocolate chip ice cream. She loves it. So, and I'm like, hey, that's all you, kid.
Oh, it's
I'm-
Andy's mints. I'm all over that thing.
I am not going anywhere near that stuff. Nope.
Yeah, when we were talking about Margaritaville is doing a New Year's Eve dinner from 5 to 10. It's $65 per person, glass of champagne included, and then the Euphoria Lounge is open until 2 a.m.
Interesting. Surprised that's going down.
What about the Sunset Walk in front? That's where I think they have a concert or something planned. Collective Souls or someone I've read.
A
I
big
was gonna
band like
say-
that? Collective Soul?
I want to say so.
Wow.
Yeah, because I think there's also something going on with the Bunkers Comedy Club as well. Is doing
Probably.
something.
Yeah. Yeah, they're trying to get tickets away left and right. So,
Oh, here it is. Hold on a sec. Kissimmee.
Tanya's on your phone, ladies and gentlemen, just looking up stuff as we're doing the podcast
Hey, you know.
because she's prepared.
Yep. Rocking New Year's Eve, and this is Kissimmee's Sunset Walk, December 31st, 4 p.m. to 2 a.m.
See?
You're going to have
Wow.
Collective Soul and Robin Zander of Cheap Trick.
That's right. That was
He's
the
still
other one.
alive?
There's going to
Yeah.
be,
I thought all the Cheap Trick was dead by now.
yeah, no. So,
Collective Soul is going to be a good show. I'm surprised they're getting away with that. Surprised that someone hasn't even shut them down yet.
so there you go.
Wow.
All right.
Luck-
Couple options for you over at Margaritaville,
Yeah.
Orlando.
Well,
There
again,
you
it's
go.
the parks that are doing it individually, so it's not because it's ordered.
Is that the resort or is that at City Walk?
No, that's up front where Rock and Brew and all the shops are at, I believe.
Okay,
Yeah,
but that's
the
at the resort.
The 4 p.m. to the 2 a.m. with the concert, that's part of the Sunset Walk.
The shopping district in the front.
The
Okay.
dinner, that's the $65, that's 5 to 10, that's at Margaritaville Resort.
Okay, so
And
we're
then-
not talking about the Margaritaville that's at City Walk. We're talking about the
No.
big
No.
resort.
The actual
that's
resort.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
On 192.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Thank you, Mr. Indy. Greatly appreciate
Of
it.
course.
Now we bring in the lovely Tanya
Hi.
with your Disney news.
Yes. So obviously, with the holidays all in full swing, we've been able to go and participate in quite a few of the events over at Disney Springs. You have the Christmas tree stroll at Disney Springs. You can pick up a map at 4 different locations, and it's free to pick up.
Which I was shocked, by the way, because they normally don't let you do stuff for free. But this was very similar to what they do in the parks, right?
Yes. Like when you have to go and find Olaf and stuff
Right.
like that. But yeah. So you pick up as four different locations spread throughout Disney Springs. It is free. And as you stroll around Disney Springs, look for the 12 holiday trees that are located throughout. You'll find trees like a Haunted Mansion, the Lion King, Frozen. Once you find a tree, use the attached stickers to match the correct icon to each tree on the map. Once your map is completed, bring it to one of the redemption locations, which is the same place that you pick up the maps, for a special surprise. Not only is the map free, but on the back, there are about 25 participating stores and restaurants that are offering discounts on your purchase, and this is available until December 30th.
Now, are we going to reveal what the special prize is, or are we going to leave that a surprise for everybody?
We'll leave that a surprise.
Okay.
Just sad because I was just at Disney Springs. I actually looked to see if y'all had tagged yourself in there when I was there too the other night on Friday night with Michelle. I was like, I wonder if they're here. Nope, they're not here.
Yeah, no, I forget. When did we go? Was it Thursday?
I don't remember. All the days are running
Tuesday? I
together.
They
don't
do.
know, something like
Usually
that.
if I'm there, it's a Friday night.
And for those of you that are missing the candlelight processional at Epcot and Disneyland Park, this year you are in luck. Disney has released a virtual viewing of a performance recorded last year with narration by Neil Patrick Harris. It can be found on YouTube under Relive the Epcot Candlelight Processional from 2019 Walt Disney World Resort. And there is about 6-minute intro about the history of the Candlelight Processional, and it's beginning back at Disneyland in 1959. So this has been running almost 60, just shy of 65 years, give or take.
I will tell you that it's one of these shows that is a time-honored tradition, and
Yeah,
it is amazing every year. It just blows you away. It gets better and better.
it does.
Neil Patrick Harris was the most popular show at
By far.
by far. It was sold out instantly. I think the only one that gave a running was Gary Sinise.
Yeah, I was going to say he was.
I believe that.
That was sold out as well.
I mean, we're talking seconds,
Mm-hmm.
and the shows were packed.
Yeah.
So between Gary Sinise and Neil Patrick, those were definitely, without a doubt, two of the most popular shows when this was running.
And
so.
like you said, it's been a tradition. I remember before Pleasure Island, before West Side and all that, when it was Disney Village, it used to be there. And my parents taking me as a child because they had where the Disney store sits now used to be a little playground right there, like some little wooden something somebody built in their backyard style for the village. And I used to play on that, and they'd watch the candlelight almost every year.
Yeah,
Yep.
during the intro, it was really I found it fascinating because I really didn't know the history behind it. But Walt Disney himself would lead the processional down Main Street at Disneyland, and oh my gosh, like it was so amazing. But if you want to miss the intro and the history, again, just fast forward to about 6 minutes, and then you get into the actual candlelight processional itself. We also, if you don't want to just try and find it on YouTube, we do have the link posted on the UDN Facebook page as well.
Yeah, that's a great thing part about these processionals is that you can just go on YouTube and watch old ones, right? So you can catch up on all of them. I remember watching a few of them, and just absolutely mind-blowing. I mean, if you can't get into the holiday spirit watching that show, there's no hope for you.
Yeah.
I like
it's-
SeaWorld's. They do, what is it? Oh, What a Night, I
I've
think it
never
is.
seen.
It's all nativity with, well, I don't know about this year, but it was a nativity one with real animals. They bring a camel and stuff in the
Really?
Nautica. But the way they did it was, I'm not crying, you are type of situation.
Right on.
I mean, it was just like, damn.
Oh, that's cool.
So that was probably my favorite. To me, it even was better than Candlelight.
I can't remember the
Wow.
last time we were at SeaWorld. It's been quite
It's
a long
been
time.
a while.
Yeah, but that one's one if someone wants to go to SeaWorld, that one's definitely worth checking out and stuff if they're doing it.
Yeah, especially
There you
during
go.
the holidays. I think it's been a few years since we were at the holidays.
Yeah,
I remember seeing all
it's
the
been-
trees on
been a
the
while.
water.
lagoon and stuff.
But
yeah.
with my injuries in the military, I can't do any of the roller coasters.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, animals. You know, it's like how I feel about Animal Kingdom. You know, Animal Kingdom is just a high price zoo. Let's be honest. But
So all we have to do is get one family pack or one.
Well, they were doing stuff for military.
first
I think.
syllable sounds like 2 words.
Rhymes with.
Well, no, just buy one pass, and then some of the passes have free ones that you can
They
give
do.
out. So you
I was
can
looking
use
at.
some of the free ones.
Do they serve alcohol at SeaWorld?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'll go.
They used to have free beer sampling back when Anheuser.
yeah.
And then they brought it back for a little bit.
That was a Busch Gardens thing, though, because me
No,
and my
SeaWorld
friend
had it too. I
SeaWorld
hit-
SeaWorld had it too.
And if you knew how to
yeah.
work the system, you'd hit the 2 front bars, hit the 2 back bars, and hit the 2 front bars again, and then the 2 back bars. So by the time you were done, and then if you did the beer school on top of that and sampled,
Have you
There
done the
go.
beer school?
I did the beer school right before it closed. I made sure I went through beer school.
Okay, pop quiz.
Oh crap!
What does Budweiser stand for? The acronym Budweiser.
Acronym?
hmm Budweiser is an acronym,
I don't remember.
and you call yourself a beer school graduate.
Look, you know how much alcohol I've probably put in my body since then.
Because because you deserve what everyone enjoys regularly. I got to write down Budweiser. Wait, because you deserve what everyone enjoy. Rich, help me out, Rich.
You're quizzing me, yet you're the
I
one
know,
that's.
right?
Help me out, Rich. Help me out.
You want to
'cause-
phone a friend?
Yeah, I need to phone a friend because Rich can do it like off the top of his head.
Okay,
Well,
B,
He was a bartender.
Because
U,
you
D,
deserve
E. No,
W.
Sorry.
what
E,
everyone
I,
indulges.
S.
Yeah, you lost me. I don't remember.
And you're giving Indy a hard time, really?
I'm still gonna give Indy a hard time.
Wow.
I-
Brett, go phone a friend.
Rich, are you home, Rich? I gotta call you, Rich. Hang on.
And I'm actually over here on my phone trying,
Right?
okay.
See, and you were making fun of me for being on my phone looking up information.
I didn't know I was going to be
The
pop
heck with
quizzed.
you, right? Hey, you got to expect what's going on here. So, well, while you guys are looking that up, I'm going to finish my Disney segment. So, when I had gone to Epcot.
Wait, stop.
Oh, I didn't get far.
Because you deserve what every individual should enjoy regularly.
There you go.
Thank you, Rich.
Thank you, Mr. Ballot. If I had Rich sitting next to me, he would be spitting that out like crazy.
And he'd be making fun of you. He would be so
He would.
disappointed in you.
Because I would be giving Indy shit, and then he would be coming around giving me shit because I should have known that.
Exactly.
And again, how long has it been? 19...
yeah, it's been a while.
2000 when they were sold out or something like that. I mean, maybe
It's only been like 20 years.
Because-
Come
at
on.
least 10.
Because you deserve what every individual should enjoy regularly. I actually won a case of Budweiser because Rich and I, quick story before we go back to Disney.
Bud Heavy. That's what my buddy calls it. I drink Bud Light. He drinks Bud Heavy.
Yeah, so
Bud Heavy.
quick story. So we were in, Rich and I were doing Budweiser beer school, and we had gone through like 4 or 5 times, and like both of us are just like, we got this.
Apparently, you failed enough that you couldn't
No.
remember.
But see, here's the thing. It's been quite a number of years since then. But
yeah.
I believe it was Rich. I believe it was Rich that did this. He was called upon, maybe it was me, I don't remember. He was called upon, and they said, if you get this right, you win. And so he said, what does Budweiser stand for? And of course, I think it was Rich. He stands up and just boom. Because you deserve what everyone enjoys regularly, you know, like drill sergeant. And the guy's looking at him like,
That just happened.
what the hell? He goes, "You've been here before," and he's like, "Maybe once." And he wound up getting free beer. So
There you go.
yeah, I think it was Rich. Rich, if you're listening to this, call me and let me know if it was you or me. I can't remember. It was
That's how many times you went through.
Yeah,
Right.
many beers ago, bro.
Many.
All right, not to get distracted.
I was going to say, that went off on a wild tangent.
See what beer does to us?
Right?
See? Budweiser just sucks me in.
And
No.
I don't even drink beer. Ugh.
I think I'm allergic to hops because every time I drink beer, I get a major headache.
I can't drink heavies. That's why I drink Bud Light, or I prefer ciders.
I could do Corona and I could do
You can
Land
do
Shark.
Corona, Land Shark, Shock Top.
Yeah, I can't do any other beer because like I get this massive headache.
Like I said, I prefer ciders. Angry Orchard,
Yeah.
Red.
I don't even prefer those.
It just tastes like spiked apple juice. They're really good.
It's that malt behind it.
But there's
that
none
I
in
just-
ciders.
I don't know.
I'm gonna bring a cider next time.
I don't know because I've had Angry Orchard and I didn't prefer it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the wheels have completely fallen off the podcast. We are back
Typical.
with Tanya and your Disney
When
news.
we really have it any other way for the 20th show with us. I
My
mean, really.
God.
All right, so one last thing here. So I was able to go to Epcot on the first day
Shocker.
of the International Festival of the Holidays. And I picked up the Olaf's Holiday Tradition, which is the scavenger hunt around the world showcase this year. In the past, it's been Chip and Dale and the ornaments and stuff like that for the wreath. But this year they changed it. So you have to help Olaf search for fun holiday traditions around the world showcase, which was really cool. I actually learned quite a bit about like some of the countries'
Incorporate that with
traditions.
drink around the world, and they'd be all set.
There you go.
No one would finish this game.
So I know there's several of you that won't be getting to the parks this year. So I'm going to go ahead and go through some of the countries and their traditions of what they do for the holidays.
I'll be at Joffrey's getting a tiki torch. Let me know when she's done.
There you go.
Going with you. What do you mean? She could text us.
Really, guys? You might actually learn something here. So anyway, starting at Mexico, festive poinsettias can be found throughout Mexico in abundance during the holidays.
Did you know poinsettias are poisonous?
Animals.
Animals.
Yes.
Yeah, and you don't want to eat them as a human either.
No, but they're definitely allergic to animals, which is why we do not have them in the house because of the cats. No.
Go ahead.
Norway. Traditional Norwegian ornaments are made from straw, often to the shape of a goat. Over in China, floating lanterns fill the night skies and mark the beginning of each Chinese New Year. So they really don't have traditional Christmas decorations.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Have you seen videos? It's badass. It's so
It's
cool.
really pretty.
They used to do it at Epcot back in the day. They used to release like a half dozen of them or so, but then
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
this was a long
Yeah.
time ago, and then people complained and they went away.
Why would people complain?
Because you're launching balloons into the air. It's not
Yeah, but it's
safe.
the paper ones, and they burn when they get to the atmosphere, which is why they do the lantern release like
They
a couple
used to do
times
it.
a year.
They don't do it now.
Yeah, we
So-
bought one for someone's birthday once.
People
and
have
did
to
it.
ruin it for everybody, I swear.
Christmas.
Yeah, so
Well,
that's
before we
China.
go off on a tangent here,
Yeah,
again,
that's China. What else we got?
Germany. A German choir master is said to have given the first candy canes to calm excited children at Christmas Eve.
NyQuil
Which I
filled.
thought was cool. Yeah, let's give some sugar. Woo!
Grumpus.
Over in Italy, Italian bakers prepare a zesty fruitcake called panettone as a holiday treat.
Yeah, I used to. My mother's side of the family is Italian, so I'm very familiar with that dessert. Nasty. I never had a taste for it.
Really?
It's not not
So
high
I guess
on the
I'm
list.
not buying one at Publix this year, huh?
No.
All right, moving on. Kwanzaa. The 7 days of Kwanzaa are celebrated with 7 candles, which symbolize struggle, hope, and the people of African American descent.
Very cool.
Japan. Japanese decorate for the new year with festive kagami mochi created by mochi and rice cakes.
It's a lot of paper folding. Origami.
Origami.
I used to try to do that a lot.
Try to keep up,
I
Grace.
know.
Jesus.
Morocco. The Olive Festival is celebrated during December in the countryside of Fez and Rafsai. Rafsal.
I would be interested in that, but God knows you wouldn't be.
No, I'm not. I do not prefer olives at all.
I'm all about it, man. I love it.
Don't like the actual olives, but I love olive oil. I don't know why.
I was saying I like olive oil, but actual olives? No. Yeah.
There's other reasons to go to Morocco these days anyway.
There are.
Get your picture taken.
My, what a big structure you have.
No, stop. Just stop. We're not going there.
Yes, dear.
Hanukkah. Four-sided spinning tops called dreidels feature letters from the Hebrew alphabet. Over at France, families in France place special Yule logs on their hearth and get cozy around the fireplace. I thought that was a neat tradition.
If I was in charge of Epcot, I would put Israel as a new country and put it right next to Morocco.
Well, yeah.
Wow.
I'm just saying,
Gosh.
you know,
So wrong.
live amongst yourselves, people.
All right. United Kingdom. At UK dinner tables, holiday crackers explode to reveal festive surprises.
Those are cool, those holiday
They
crackers.
already-
Pop!
yeah. USA. Kids of all ages ring in the most joyous time of the year by singing cherished carols.
No, we drink.
And Canada. Canadians of all ages delight in baking and decorating sugary gingerbread men and women.
There you go.
Yeah. So, a lot of fun.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right. Thank you, Miss Tanya, with your Disney news.
There's one more piece.
Ah.
I totally forgot it after mine.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Indy has brought us a Christmas gift.
Are we going to go live on Facebook? Or
No, we don't have
just
to.
talk
You can
about
post it.
Now, the decorative bag is actually a penguin with Christmas lights, and it's looks like it was professionally done, so we know Dave didn't
No,
do
I
it.
didn't. Yeah, I'll be the
And-
first to admit I didn't do it.
And Tanya is now unwrapping said
I just
gift.
want to say thank you to Mouse Fan Ears for wrapping it for me.
Wow, that's hardcore.
And Jen, you still got something. It's just going to be late.
Oh.
So I tried to meet halfway on you two.
No way.
Oh, that's so cool.
What?
Disney meets Tiki Bar.
Trader Sam's Grotto.
What?
tiki
Bro, you
masks.
totally didn't
That's
have to do
awesome.
that.
I
That
love
is so
it.
cool. Ladies and gentlemen,
Those are all handmade by the lady.
That's so cool.
Dave Indy has given us a lantern
Aw.
from,
I don't know
Trader
if there's
Sam's
a light already in
Grotto?
it or not.
and it's got a tiki feel, but it's got like a Christmas tiki feel. There's a light. Look at that.
So,
We'll post the pictures to the Facebook
but
page.
yeah, ladies on Etsy does everything hand painted here locally. Had
That
some really
is
cool ones: Haunted
amazing.
Mansion, Tower of Terror,
That looks really
ribbons and
really
stuff.
Cool.
So when I saw it, I was like, "Oh yeah, I got you
perfect.
both covered in one gift."
Yeah.
Well done, sir.
absolutely.
Well
Awesome.
done.
I love it.
Thank you so
Of
much, bro.
course.
Yeah, we'll post some pictures on the UDN Facebook page and the link to her Etsy.
That is very, very cool, man. And Trader Sam's is like my favorite place, obviously for tiki. So it's got like a tiki Christmas feel. It's like this little lantern that lights up. That is going on the bar. So-
I figured that.
Absolutely.
yes, sir. Absolutely. Thank you very,
Of
very much.
course.
Oh, thank you.
That was very sweet.
Yay.
So with that being said, it's about that time, ladies and gentlemen. You know what time it is. We have him in house, ladies and gentlemen,
The Secret Santa.
in the Secret Santa Studios. Triple S, Mr. Dave Indy with Ask Indy. It is our segment where you can ask Dave Indy anything about these Central Florida theme parks, and he's going to provide the answer to you. or task us to get the answer for him. But either way, we
Work.
But he is here to answer your questions, and he has come up with doozies over the last couple of podcasts. So,
Yep. Keep those questions coming.
Mr. Indy, take it away.
Definitely. So this one, like I mentioned on the last podcast, kind of ties into Universal again on stuff. Bill probably already knows the answer, but we'll see if Tanya kind of has it, that she hangs out with our intellectual beings over here, me and Bill.
Boy.
So there's a chance she may have it. Who knows? But
Now I'm nervous.
do you know who the mascot of Universal is?
The mascot?
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll start easy. Who's Disney's?
Mickey Mouse.
Who's Warner Brothers?
Bugs Bunny?
Yep. So who would you think Universal's is? If you've ever looked at a name tag, and I got a photo of mine to post later on the page. I know you know it.
Yes, that's why
I know he's sitting in his chair like all like.
I'm squishy in my chair because I'm like, I want to say it. I want to say it so bad. I just want to give the sound. It's not the thing that I want to say. It's the sound that I want to make. And she would get it right away, so I can't make the sound.
Well, if she doesn't guess it here in a few moments, then you can make the sound and see if she gets it.
The official Universal mascot.
I guess our intellects has not rubbed off on her.
Try to keep up, Grace.
Apparently, I need to go to Universal more often.
Apparently. You want to give her
the
a
first
hint?
thing that pops up is like Popeye or
Nope.
something like that.
Yep.
Wow, really? I did not know that.
Yep. So that is the official mascot of Universal. Again, I wish they would push it a little bit more, but
I was
if
going
someone's
to say, he's not a very big presence in Universal. Really?
We know who he is, but these kids growing up today have no idea who he is.
No. As I say, there is the coaster over in the kids area, Woody Woodpecker's coaster,
Right.
not house one. As I say, if you've been there a year, you get a Woody Woodpecker pin for your name tags, which I took a picture of my old one for that. But
Dave's got a pecker pin.
I got a pecker pin. Did you never stay long enough to get a pecker pin?
I got a pecker pin.
I also have a globe pin for my 5 years. Did you get that?
A glow pecker pin. I didn't get that.
Different pins.
No, I didn't make it 5 years at Universal.
But as you mentioned, kids nowadays, because Woody was created in 1940 by Latz, and I may be mispronouncing his name, and storyboard artist Ben Bugs Hardaway, who had previously laid the groundwork for two other screwball characters, Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, when he worked at Warner Brothers in the late 30s. Woody's character obviously has evolved and changed over the years from an insane bird who usually garnished the design to a more redefined look and acting character in the late vein of Chuck Jones' version of Bugs Bunny. Woody was originally voiced by voice actor Mel Blanc, who
That I knew.
Yep. And then let's see.
He did a lot of voices for
He did.
Warner Brothers.
And then he was succeeded by Danny Webb, Kent Rogers, Ben Hardaway, and finally Grace Stafford, the wife of Walt Lance, who all did it on that one.
Clearly a downhill pattern. I mean, they all did a great job, but Mel was obviously
Of course.
the pinnacle.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's say Lance actually produced more theatrical cartoons longer than most of his concepts, and Woody remained a staple for Universal, really scheduled until 1972 when his family closed down his studio. The character has been revived since then for special productions and occasionally as well as the new Woody Woodpecker show, a late 1990, early 2000s Fox, which now is Disney, network Saturday morning cartoon version of the series that featured Billy West as Woody. Woody Woodpecker's cartoons were first broadcast on TV in 1957 until the title The Woody Woodpecker Show, which featured Lance cartoons bookended by new footage of Woody and live action footage of Lance. Woody has a motion picture star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame at 7000 Hollywood Boulevard. He also made a cameo appearance alongside many other famous cartoons in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Still love that one. And then
Jessica's drawn very well.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Really?
She's my favorite character. You know that.
Shocker.
Yeah.
The
for obvious
penmanship
reasons.
is great.
She was drawn well.
Jessica or Jasmine?
Jessica, far and away. Jasmine is cool with the whole Middle Eastern vibe, but Jessica, I do dirty things. I do dirty things to Jessica.
Patty cake.
All right, new topic.
I'm just
Back
saying.
to the question.
I'm okay. I'm just drawn that way.
But like I said, or I asked you earlier, like Mickey Mouse for Walt Disney and Bugs Bunny for Warner Brothers. They'll say Woody Woodpecker's the official mascot of Universal. Woody and his friends are also icons at the Universal Studios Park worldwide, as well as the Port Adventure Park at Port Adventure World in Spain. They were originally bought to the park of Universal and remain there today, despite Universal no longer having a financial stake in the park over there in Spain. They're still a big part. So next time you're in there and you ride Woody or you see a cast member or team member for Universal, they'll say, look at their pins. They may actually be wearing a Woody. And I'll post mine photo later on the page.
Awesome. Dave's going to post his Woody.
I'm going to show my Woody with my name on it.
Lord.
Thank you, Mr. Indy.
Jen, where are you when I need you?
Waiting for my Woody photo.
Hey, listen, this is payback for the other podcast when it was just you and Jen. So I had to fight for my
Whatever.
survivor. Okay, thank you. There's your Ask Indy for this week. Now we're going to move into random topic. Got a very interesting question for the both of you. We are going to have a little convo, if you will, a little conversation. And I was thinking about this because this seems to be a very hot topic in the parks these days and in the forums and everything else. And we talked a little bit about coronavirus in California and how it may or may not be an overreaction. Here's the question. I want to give it some thought while I do the intro here. The question is Disney using coronavirus as an excuse to take advantage of annual pass holders? Now, hang on to that thought. This is your random topic.
Random topic.
Okay, so is Disney using the coronavirus as an excuse to take advantage of annual pass holders? Now, let me give you some background information before we start getting deep into this, okay? I know my answer. And we had talked a little bit about this before. Now, there's certain things that Disney can control, and there's certain things that Disney cannot control. And truth be told, they've been doing a phenomenal job handling this coronavirus situation. And they have been doing a phenomenal job with trying to keep the crowds at bay, right? Because they have this kingdom that everybody wants to be part of, but yet they have to follow restrictions, guidelines established by the state, and they can't go full throttle. So they've got to control the masses somehow. But the question remains, we're paying full price for our annual passes. And that full price is almost $1,000, depending on what pass you have, could be up to $1,000 or over $1,000 a year for the privilege of getting into these parks whenever you can. Now, Corona hits, limited capacities, reservations, right? And they're controlling people by the reservations. They're only releasing so many reservations per day, right? I get that. And a lot of people are saying it's the watered down version of Disney because there's no shows, there's no fireworks, there's these small little micro parades, which are cool.
The cavalcades, yeah.
Okay, but they're not full.
And there's firework bursts going on right now at Magic Kingdom.
Okay, but we all can agree that the Disney you're getting right now is not the Disney that you got 2 years ago.
No.
Okay.
But nobody is.
Okay, hang on. So we all can agree that it's not the same Disney. We all can agree that there's limited capacities. We all can agree that the reservation system is designed to control the amount of people that are in the parks. Understood. And we also can agree that they're not bringing as much as they used to because of the virus. Is that safe to say?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here's the problem. With all that being said, we're still paying full price as if 2 years ago. And
no, you're
even
paying more than 2 years
even
ago.
more now because they raised it in 2019. They raised the annual price of the annual passes twice. Okay, so now we're paying even more. So the question and a very hot topic about what's going on recently is, if you own an annual pass, is it worth it? Is it worth owning an annual pass, paying full price for what we're getting right now? And that is the burning question. So the short answer is no, it's not worth it. And a lot of people have canceled their annual passes. Well, the problem now is you can't get another pass.
During the COVID period, I think it was back in October or like mid-November, they started allowing people that had canceled their passes initially to go back and buy new passes.
Guest services.
You're 100% correct. However, that's on a case-by-case basis because it says that on the Disney website.
Right.
Okay?
It's for people that had passes.
But getting back to my original point before you went on your little tangent there, okay?
I was just
They are
correcting
not
anybody that had misinformation about it.
great. There is not
Wow.
anybody.
Oh my God.
There is.
You know, he said he wanted to have a discussion about this, but apparently he doesn't.
No, I do. No,
he
seriously,
wants to hear
I do.
himself talk.
But here's the thing. I just got to make a couple of points, and then we can have a conversation. So here's a couple of points, right? So I already made some good background points about what's going on, okay? But some people feel that they're getting a watered down product and they're paying full price for it. It's not fair. So the conversation was Disney needs to lower their prices. They are not offering the same service as they did before. Now Disney's taking the stance, well, it's Corona. There's nothing we can do. We're trying to maintain a presence of open. You look at California, they have nothing. They're not going to have anything because they're blowing this whole Corona thing out of proportion, whatever you want to look at it. We have the parks. They are open. You can come to Florida and go to the theme parks. You have to jump through a lot of hoops, but you can do it. But don't think it's going to be the same Disney as it was before because it's not going to be. Now, the problem is all of these annual pass holders, half of them have canceled their annual passes, and they're hoping to get them back eventually, which Disney will look at a case-by-case basis, but there's no guarantee you're going to get them back. And then you look at our friends like Tamika, who's trying to get an annual pass right now, and she can't even get one. Like, they're not selling any of them anymore. A lot of people feel like they're not getting their money's worth. A lot of people feel like Disney's ripping them off because of the coronavirus. So it begs the question, is Disney using the coronavirus to take advantage of their annual pass holders? It's a great question because on the surface, I got to say yes.
I disagree.
And I'll tell you why I say yes. And you can make your point as well. You're not getting the same product. I understand it's a supply and demand situation, and I also understand that business supply outweighs the demand, so you can pretty much do whatever you want. You can increase the prices, you can decrease your services, you can do whatever you want because that changes things as well, okay? But as an annual pass holder, I feel like I'm being taken advantage of because I am paying full price for both of our annual passes.
Right, I understand that.
And I'm not getting my money's worth.
Okay, since January, how many times have you been to Disney?
Half dozen maybe? More than that? Well, I have a wife that's obsessed with Disney, so I don't have a choice.
You're
But
voluntold.
So, okay, for buying the pass, and that includes your parking and the tickets into the park, so on and so forth. How many visits does it take to break even with paying for a pass?
I've got to do the math. I'm not 100% sure, but you can break even if you go enough.
It's usually about 5 trips.
That depends on a lot of variables.
Yes,
That depends
that's
on
why
how
I'm
many people are in the family. That depends on a lot of different things. So if you're saying you alone, okay, your annual pass is going to cost us over $1,000 before all this is done. Right now, we're paying over $800 for your annual pass.
Yeah, it's just under 800.
Right. So with the current ticket prices, you're looking at between 6 and 7 visits to pay it off.
At least, because right now you can't park hop, so it's only single park. So whatever,
park.
it's like what,
Right.
110
Right,
to
and parking is
130.
$25.
Now they are talking about bringing back park hopper with more hoops you have to jump through.
January 1st.
Okay, but it's not going to be the same.
Nope.
All right.
Well,
And-
they still need to find a way to control the parks. And
Right,
since
and
they
that's-
have the running trend that the parks are lessening in the evening or, in the afternoon, they are opening that to park hopping.
All right. And I understand that. And the whole thing about how many times you go to the parks, pays for the pass, that was pre-COVID. That's not now, right? So, I mean, I understand what you're trying to say. You could pay for your annual pass by going several times.
But there's still people that are going like 3 times a week. They make their reservation, they
Right.
go.
But my
and
point
so on
is-
and so forth. So
My point is, yes, you're in the park, but what do you get after that? You don't get anything after that. Like, you're lucky to be in the parks. I get that. But in the same respect, the shows are gone, the fireworks are gone, everything is gone. So you're getting a watered down version of what you had 2 years ago. So my point is,
no, you're
if
still
we're
seeing
paying,
characters. You're still seeing the cavalcade. You aren't getting the
in the beginning of the
projections on
segment, you
castle.
even acknowledge that it's not the same right now.
Not 100%, no,
Okay,
but you
but-
are still getting something. You're still getting an
my point
experience.
is, back 2 years ago, and the product and the services we received in exchange for that money, we're paying more now, and we're getting much, much less. So I understand what you're trying to say, absolutely. But
And for me, it's still worth it.
we
'Cause I
we
can
are
still
not
go
getting
into the parks, I
anywhere
can still
close
park.
to the value that we used to get. Now, let me go down this road here a little bit. We had talked about the future of annual passes, and you yourself said that there's a chance that annual passes will go away forever.
Yeah, because there's what was it? Tokyo
Got rid of
eliminated
theirs.
their
Right.
passes.
And that's another popular question, right? So Disney has suspended the purchases of new annual passes, and as of right now, annual passes that are current and you have not canceled it, you can renew it, correct? So
Yes, you can.
if I didn't cancel my annual pass because of Corona, I can renew it. But if I canceled it because of Corona, then it's a case-by-case basis on whether or not I can renew it.
You have to call into guest services
Yeah.
and have it reinstated.
Disney Springs, you can go there. Michelle did
Right,
her renewal there
exactly.
just a week ago.
So, but now Disney's saying they may even suspend that. Okay, so why? Why would they stop selling annual passes? According to the Disney website, the official reason is they want to manage the number of people and the number of annual passes visiting the parks to control the amount of people visiting, but there's a lot more than meets the eye there.
Annual pass holders, resort guests, and then people that have a regular ticket. So basically what's happening is if you have your resort guests and people that have like a regular, pass, if there is an abundance of dates available that's not filling up with, they are moving those over to annual pass holders. So there's more availability for pass holders to be able to get in.
As a second thought.
No, it's not a second thought, but there has to be a way to control the number of people and to fairly allot, people that are coming and going.
All right, so there's another little conspiracy theory here that needs to get thrown into this whole mix.
Of course.
Okay, like I get what you're saying. I do. Okay. But the rumor mill is abuzz with an unconfirmed rumor that Disney is talking about doing away with annual passes altogether. And that rumor is just that.
I don't think they ever would.
Tokyo did.
Yeah, but Tokyo's not owned by Disney.
True.
Some say that Disney is going to have a substantial park ticket increase over the next 5 years. Why? What just passed? $15 an hour. Try to stay with.
Yeah, but Universal was doing the same.
So basically, what they're saying is Disney is planning to substantially raise ticket prices over an increase of 5 years, and that doing away with the annual pass will force people to pay these higher ticket prices. Another theory is that Disney is having a hard time managing the amount of people that visit the parks at peak times, holidays, special events, every day, really. Doing away with the annual passes will allow Disney to control the amount of people coming into the parks by raising ticket prices and controlling the amount of tickets sold every day to these parks. So essentially what the rumor is Disney's going to do away with their annual passes, force people to buy regular tickets at an inflated price so they make a killer amount of money, and they'll only sell a certain amount of tickets for that day, and that's it. And then that controls their amount of people that are in the parks. Listen, okay, aliens are invading the United States. We get it. But,
Wow.
you know, that's not so far-fetched.
No.
Like, we all know how Disney rolls. And don't kid yourself if you don't think Disney hasn't thought about that.
As I'm sure all of the other theme parks have probably thought about it as well.
Because the Disney's overhead on the annual passes, it used to be the opposite. We used to get a lot more value for the price that we were paying for annual park passes. So essentially Disney was losing on the annual park passes. And then there was a short period of time where the parks attendance dropped like a rock. And who saved the parks? The annual pass holders.
Right after 9/11, especially.
Especially after 9/11.
And during the beginning when COVID first, the parks reopened, it was the annual pass holders holding them afloat.
So if it wasn't for these annual passes, Disney would be very, very much in trouble, right? So that's the downside to this little theory.
And they've still been giving like the annual pass holders 30% off. That has happened twice.
And you don't think that Disney
And they
doesn't want to
don't
do
have
away with
to.
that? You don't think that Disney looks at annual pass holders like a pain in the ass? Like,
If they did, they wouldn't be offering all of these different services.
I think Disney looks at annual pass holders like they have to put up with them. It's a bane of their existence. And
No, because otherwise they wouldn't be catering to them. They wouldn't be doing everything else for pass holders.
Universal-
They wouldn't be doing discounts for pass holders.
again, Universal, she won't let me talk, bro.
Oh.
Universal goes out of their way for their annual pass holders. Disney gives you 20% off and a couple other things and maybe a free cookie during Christmas. The amount of stuff that Universal does for their annual passes and the amount of stuff that Disney does for their annual passes, two totally different worlds.
I disagree with that.
When did Disney have their one night for just annual pass holders? I'll wait.
Boom. Okay. Number one, how important to Disney are annual pass holders? Number two, Disney has a history of not really going out of their way for their annual pass holders. Now, you look at the way the Disney annual pass system is hooked up. If you had all this money and you had all this opportunity, you could buy that mega annual pass that covers both Disney and Disneyland and Disney World, right?
Premier Pass.
Right. Okay. But they're not making a ton of money off of that unless you actually physically go. And the annual pass holders, when we go to the parks, we're spending money. Absolutely. But we're not spending half the amount of money that people that go and stay at the resorts come down. The average vacation at Disney was $5,000 10 years ago. It's over $10,000 now for a family of four. That's hotel, airfare, food, everything for the whole week. Even if you're on a meal plan. Okay? So Disney's making a shit ton more money off of the people who don't have annual passes than they do the people who do have annual passes. So I question the loyalty that Disney has to their annual pass holders. And I wouldn't be surprised if they take advantage of this whole Corona thing and cancel annual passes altogether and do what this rumor is actually saying they're going to do.
Well, they'll suspend all annual passes in the beginning.
Well,
as they'll word it, because you got to be PC, and then they'll be like, "Oh, we decided to phase it out."
Right. So if they phase out annual passes, what are you going to do, Princess? What are you going to do if they phase out annual passes?
Drive down there and stare at it.
Pay to go to the parks.
Right. So you're going to pay
I won't go as often.
You're going to pay the one park ticket, which will be well over $200 in a couple of years. And yes, you're not going to go. Dave Indy just smacked his face right on the microphone.
Simba put his paws on me, so I was confused suddenly. I was like, "Is the cat trying to get in my lap?" And he walked behind me, and that's when I hit the mic with my face.
So back to the question. That was hilarious, by the way.
Yeah.
Great job, Simba.
Good job, Simba.
Exactly.
Way to go, buddy. Dave just totally smacked his face right into his mic, trying to find Simba.
Hi, Simba.
Well, your cat tried to get in my lap. You know, the one that loves you so much?
Yeah, he loves me. All right. Let's answer the question. Is Disney using coronavirus to take advantage of their annual pass holders? Yes or no?
I don't feel they are, no.
Dave Indy.
Yeah, I do.
I do as well. All right, so we got to move on to sponsors. You going to fight me on sponsors too?
I'm not fighting you.
Are you
We
going
were
to
having
disagree
a
with me on sponsors too?
Were we not supposed to have a discussion?
A discussion, not a heated debate.
I'm just going to bang my head over here on the mic.
I mean, Dave Indy is trying to give himself a concussion.
Your cat's trying to give me a concussion.
Like, this show is, the wheels are falling.
Now your cat's up there doing
Yeah, he's licking
striptease
himself.
stuff.
Yeah, he's licking himself. Just a quick word on sponsors very quickly before we head out.
I still love you.
Yeah, okay.
She loves the Disney Pass.
So, moving on to sponsors.
Yes.
Rock Stars and Flowers. Go check them out at Rock Stars and Flowers Facebook page. But have you seen Miley? They finished Miley.
That was a huge one.
And they
just did.
delivered Miley this weekend. And I don't know if you've taken a look at the picture. You got to check out the picture.
I haven't seen this one yet.
It's Miley.
It's huge.
And it's got the purple flowers in the background. But you got to look at the picture like really, really good. And you'll see that the background is actual vinyl records.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, you see
That's
that
cool.
now? That's badass, right? So that was a concept they came up with. They also got contracted to do a soccer star that recently passed away, I think.
Yeah, God, I'm going blank on his name.
Mondolando or something like that.
Yeah, if you wouldn't have said, I could have told you.
So they just did him, and that came out amazing as well. So go check out Rock Stars and Flowers if you're interested in getting a quality portrait painted by these guys. Definitely worth it. We are in the holiday spirit, are we not?
We are. I am anyhow. I can't speak for you two.
I'm in my Krampus spirit.
I'm getting there. As you know, all of our Christmas lists are coming up here, and we're trying to knock them out before Christmas time. And if you have someone who is a Disney or Universal fan, and you'd like to get them Disney or Universal merchandise for Christmas, there is only one place you need to go, and that's worldofudn.com/marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
This place is amazing. I mean, Jen really knocked it out of the park. It's got
we have some really cool vendors.
Yes.
unbelievable amount of vendors with unbelievable amount of stuff, and some of the stuff that they have is absolutely awesome. You're going to get discounts because they're members of UDN. Go check them out. Go place orders. And get your Christmas shopping done. I mean, we've got, 20 days, if that?
Yeah, shop local.
The majority of the businesses that are on Marketplace, if not all of them, are small businesses.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, on Marketplace, yeah.
yeah. So definitely go check that out. Finish your Christmas shopping with UDN Marketplace. So I think that's going to wrap it up for this podcast. The 20th edition of UDN Live. Not at the Tiki Bar, at the Secret Santa Studios. We are going to try to get a podcast in before Christmas. Our next podcast is 2 weeks. which puts us at the 21st, which is right before Christmas. So we may or may not do that one.
It may just be the two of us.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
Or a special guest.
Listen, honestly, we may or may not do it. I mean, when we get closer to the holidays, we take time off to celebrate the holidays with our families. So
it's not like we're getting together with our families this year.
yeah, that's true. Christmas is officially canceled. Our families are not coming down this year for safety reasons. So, but keep in mind that if we do not do a podcast the next podcast in 2 weeks, we will return shortly after New Year's. So keep that in mind. We are not going away. We are just taking a pause for the holidays. With that being said, if you're in these parks, be safe, have fun, wear your mask, and we'll talk soon.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
You have been listening to the official Universal Disney Nuts podcast. Please visit our website at worldofudn.com and join us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for all the latest updates, news, and events from your favorite theme parks. See you in 2 weeks.